Unless you have to click it one time to go
Yeah, we could struggle with that.
Yes.
At one of the meetings, trying to figure out, we thought maybe the batteries were gone.
No, you just have to click and then, oops, wait, let me stand for you. So just end right here.
Yep, okay,
And you can leave it. You don't have to shut it down if you don't want to, but.
okay,
And I'll turn this around so you can keep an eye on it.
okay. And do we have anyone currently on?
Doesn't look like it.
Well, we are recording. Are we good?
Yep.
All right, so just for the record, I got 5:02. I'm gonna call the meeting to order Wednesday, August 5th. And 5:03 by my phone. Additions or deletions to the agenda.
I don't have any.
Tricia, was there anything that didn't make it? I saw from the draft, there was at least one thing added, but I didn't think I picked up on that. So I've got that on the warrant copy here. So we're good, but nothing new since this was warrant, correct? Okay. All right, public comment. Anything?
I'm just visiting, but also following up about last meeting's discussion about both parents, you know, so we had suggested reaching out to the lawyer and if that happened yet, and that's.
She did. So to my knowledge, speaking with her, the way we're doing it now is completely legal to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so legal, and so did you ask if you can post them earlier, the lawyer?
I talked to Danielle and she asked my opinion, and right now we got a lot going on in the town. And my opinion is to leave it the way it is. And one reasoning, yes, minutes are recorded. I want to make sure, you know, and again, I'm not listening to them as I'm me, and I'm speaking me personally, I'm not speaking for anyone else here. When I review those minutes, I could miss something.
Do you review the video?
I do not.
So what does it matter when the video is posted? I
Because
guess is my question.
Because I want to look at these minutes, and my memory's still pretty good. I want to make sure there's no.
I guess there's a difference between the minutes and the recording. You're using them synonymous.
We're not going to change the recording, but what if there's something inaccurate in the recording? Like somebody says something that we take issue with.
But it's public record, you can't change the recording.
Right, but we're going to make probably note of that in the minutes. If it's, you know, something where someone says, well, that happened at 5:10, and we know for sure it happened at 5:15, we're going to reflect that in the minutes.
I want to read my minutes and go over that for the last week before I sign them, before we hand it out.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll follow up on that. I guess I get to do some work on it as well. I fail to see how that, you know, affects the minutes. I mean, the recording is not going to change no matter when you post that. Your minutes can change.
Right.
Absolutely. That's the point of reviewing them at this meeting. The recording will not change. So when it's posted, should not matter.
But if you read the thing that Danielle pulled out, it says that the meetings need to be posted after the minutes are approved.
They should.
That's actually how it's stated.
But it doesn't say it can't be posted prior. And I'm assuming she asked the lawyer if it can be posted prior.
She asked. She said the way she asked, in the way that we're doing it now is completely legal by state law.
Right.
So I told her.
The board is choosing not.
I told her my opinion is leave it the way it is right now.
The board is choosing, or you're choosing?
That's my opinion.
For the board.
No.
Okay.
We have not talked as a board yet.
So can you add that to your next agenda to make a motion that that's what you're going to do? So it's official action.
I think
I just back up to one thing.
Sure.
Public comment is just that.
Yeah.
We can hear
anything that you offer. 100%.
Right. But you're one person in town.
Yeah.
And unless we are hearing a compelling group of members.
Sure.
Public comment, we listen.
Yeah.
We take into consideration, but we're not compelled to move on any of it.
Okay. So
it's a listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Answer.
Okay. So I guess that would be the same for the discussion on the website, and you can respond or not, and that's totally within your purview to do. Just if that will be a conversation the board will take up at some point, if it will be on a future agenda.
We did take it up once before with an earlier board, and we decided against it. And you know, you did raise my curiosity. I was sort of looking back, thinking back what our logic was. I think it largely centered around cost, we would have to do it right, we would have to, pay somebody to make sure it's secure and to,
Sure.
keep it up to date, somebody would have to post that. So it would be, in my opinion, it would be one more thing we'd be, basically landing on Danielle and or
Which
Tricia.
every town clerk or town clerk's office does manage.
That is true, but some town clerks have
Sure.
town manager
Yeah.
and a zoning administrator and more
I
people,
understand.
more administrators.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that was largely why we did it the way we did. I think we can post things like informational things, like when we know we're going to have a hearing or something along those. We try to get it, on the library.
Yeah.
And I think they've been willing to let us do that.
So it just, yeah, so
I mean-
it sounds like it's not something you're gonna consider anytime in the near future.
I'm one of three, but my thinking when we discussed it before hasn't changed significantly. No, I haven't heard people clamoring for it. For one thing, I mean, I think it's.
Yeah.
I feel like they can get the information. We're not trying to hide anything, but we are limited in our resources here. And we're all the select board. We're all
Right.
working full time and
Absolutely.
servants of the community.
I would say, for me, life's about change. So a decision was made.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I weigh one way or the
Yeah.
other, right?
Sure.
At this point, the way I sit now, and I'm speaking just for me,
Yeah.
and again, no offense to you.
No, I'm taking it personally.
But you're one person, but
Yeah.
so my job as a selectman is not to, how do I want to put this? Not to, with an iron fist, oppose my opinion.
Yeah.
My job's to represent the town.
Correct.
I would have a real hard time, me personally, if I had a huge group of people that said, listen, we want this, we want this, we want this. At that point, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to make that decision. I would want to have a discussion about it in a meeting that was warned. Listen to this, listen to that. I would want to weigh in and talk to Danielle about it. I certainly think the proper thing to do is, again, I'm not too book smart, right?
No, sure you are.
But you want to reach out to the proper channels. So legality, once all this information was weighed, well, my job again then is to take the majority of the people who have voted me here to represent. So I think that's where I stand on that personally. So I don't think you meant it this way, but like for the next meeting, I would not make a decision, right? Because there's not been enough. Again, no offense, not enough people of the town, not enough. Okay, I made a suggestion a while ago. It's really hard. I think the hardest point of this job, or one of the hardest parts of this job, is come time budget time. How do you not raise taxes? How do you, because let's face it, things are getting unaffordable. I asked, and I don't think we looked into it because it was a pile of money of putting, it's a pain in the ass to go up and change this board on the common, I drive by Coventry, I know their funds are different, but it's digital, you could, what's the cost of that? That's a pretty simple thing, but I heard
It's still money.
well, I heard it was over $30,000. And
we had a lot of donations.
well, but I'm looking at, let's say it is 30,000. So I'm looking at that, and here's where I sat. I'm looking at, people, this isn't complaining, this is a lot of talking. We have potholes, we need to gravel our roads.
Yes.
So where's $30,000 better spent,
Yeah.
That's always for me the juggling act, it's not this isn't a private entity or business where I can make the decision and it falls on me. So
Absolutely.
cost is a huge factor in a lot of decisions, Jess. But at the end of the day, I've told Dave this. If the overwhelming majority of the town wants something, I would certainly say, okay, listen,
Right.
we could do it, but understand, you don't get something generally without paying. So with all due respect, I don't want to hear you complain about your taxes. And I'm not saying you personally, but if you want and you want to spend, it comes at a cost.
Right.
So just know that, to the people.
Nothing comes free.
So that's kind of where I stand.
Yeah.
But if it was to change, boy, we aren't even in the beginning part of discussions about it,
Right. Okay, and then just my last question, and maybe it's something I have to do direct.
Yep.
To Danielle specifically, and she's not here, so I'll just ask, and if it's not something you can relate to her, I can always put it in email or whatever. There was a law that was passed that municipal officers, like boards, have to do an ethics training and an open meeting laws training. And so I'm just requesting documentation that that's been done by the board. So I don't know if that goes to Danielle or who I would.
Check with Danielle, but I'm pretty sure we've done that.
Okay.
And we've both had them come here for training, the LCT.
Yep.
And then they also offer training
They do,
annually
yeah.
at, they have one that coincides roughly with town meeting
Yep.
each year. They have a mock town meeting thing, so there's opportunities. So
And I know Mike is not
They
on
also
the board
have
as long,
online.
he has 120 days to do that, but I'm just, yeah, so I can check with Danielle. Yeah, that's all I got.
all right. All right, Town Shed Fire Department project update. So I think that's this one. Basically, you probably poked around a little bit, but the roof's been framed, panels are installed, concrete cross walls are poured, insulated and backfilled for the addition. Thursday, 9/6, so I guess tomorrow the plumber will install the underslab drains and bathroom addition. Oh, what?
Oh, it should be,
Maybe that is
Should-
supposed to be 9/6, so that could be later, or do you think that's a? This 9/6 is here.
I'd like to know where that thing is at. So.
It does say Thursday, which makes me think it
It isn't
intended to
backfilled,
be tomorrow.
it ain't backfilled all around it at all.
Yeah,
So. I've gotta think they're not waiting till September, but I guess we could put a question to that and just
Yeah.
ask if they meant.
I'm guessing they meant August, but. Okay. The existing boiler room is 90% demoed. Concrete recess for the new stairs has been cut and formed up. By the end of the week, he's saying he expects the gables to be finished frame, plywooded, insulated, and weather barrier on the fire station. Next week, he's saying they'll look to install the new header in the gable for the entrance to the addition and hopefully start framing the bathroom addition. It's from Jeremy. We had anything we had to decide for this week on that.
Nope.
So I recall. Okay.
That's for Dean. Is anyone supposed to be on there? They're on there or no? Or what happens here?
I don't see anybody other than.
It would show up on there that someone was coming on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Screen, right? Yeah, because I think we have to admit that, whatever, but they should pop there.
The 911 thing.
All right, right, so next up is the 911. And I don't know if, Sonia, you're not, can you hear us? You're not there, are you? Sure, it's not like audio. or something. So we may have to just table that one until,
See if
she wants to come in next meeting or something. But, oh, she's got the maps here. I was gonna say I printed off those maps if. To see. So next was this MERP estimate. Apparently we got estimates for a couple of different options on the door. Have you seen those? I think there's 3.
Yeah, I've seen them. So. Whatever's not used there,
Yep.
to my understanding, can be transferred for this project,
MERP is gonna allow us to put the balance of any money that's not spent, right,
right to there.
to there.
So it's just a hard call, right? I mean, 19,000 if you use a standard door, not a replica for historical purposes. So we're talking the front door here, right?
Yeah.
22.9 if we custom order a replica of the door and rebuild the transom window. 24.9 if we order a custom. So if we, my thing is, if you're putting a new door, why are you going to rebuild the transom window that's crappy anyways,
Right.
right? 24.9 if we order a custom door with window built in to keep horizontal presentation and folks happy, we should try to.
So that means
Duplicate
they maul it at the factory
So
though?
these to me are the options. $19,900 if we just put a new door in
Yeah,
that doesn't match anything. 22.9 if we put a matching door but keep the old transom and
Yeah.
refix that. Or 24.9 for a new door, new transom that matches everything. So I mean, we're talking $5,000 difference.
mhm.
I'm surprised there's even an option, to be honest with you, because when we went up there originally with Kurt, and then the representative is the state.
From the historic.
That's right. There's a historic, and they were bothered about the way we were insulating the attic where no one sees it. So to be honest, I'm on edge a little bit that if we did 19.9 and you put a door that doesn't match, it's a historical
Yeah, I'm
building.
thinking it's gotta be at least 2 or 3 based on what you've
Wow.
described.
I don't,
If-
yeah,
If you wanna be sensitive.
that's
to
right. So I guess
Historic
before, I don't know if we have to commit to this tonight, but I think a call should be to the historical side and say, hey, listen, here's what our options are. It would be a shame to spend almost $20,000 to put a new door in there. And have a historical society say no, because they have a say in this grant, right? No, that needs to stay as is. Like when they replaced those big windows, they were replaced as, a like unit. When you have the wood in the ceiling, everything there has been.
Right,
Just in my building, I've seen it too many times where a little corner's cut and then.
just in the interest of time, what do you think about making a motion to approve whichever one you select? I'm thinking 2 or 3, again, based on what I understand it to be. But subject to approval by historic preservation. We do a submittal to them and say
So for me, it's either 1 or 3 for me.
1 or 3.
I'm either, if they say yes, then you put a door in, but
Is the transom that's there okay? I mean,
well, it's a separate entity.
yes,
So I don't know. I mean, I'm
it's-
trying to think as the person looking at this, if it was okay, why is there an option to replace it? Right? Everything else has been replaced window wise.
I'm assuming it's energy, that maybe it's
I
a
bet it-
single pane or,
Yes.
right?
So it says we have 10,000 approximately to spend. We plan to move the balance to the township and fire station project. So this project is not over budget.
Right.
It's just not. And there's some things here that.
But we could have some unexpected.
Well, yeah, but we pulled out too. So I guess I'm in chatter I hear in town
Mhm.
since I've been on the select board. The porta potties were a big deal on the common, right? They weren't aesthetically pleasing. They didn't fit the historic of the common.
Yeah.
The thing Roger made, we had a meeting,
Mhm.
but remember after that meeting and the decision was made, it was the following meeting here, people were wound up about the gazebo on the common. But we had a meeting, we made I'm erring towards the side. If we put a new door in there that does not match a historic, we are going to absolutely madden.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that at all. I guess I'm just questioning whether we should.
But if we're going to, for $2,000, Dave, put a new transom in that's energy efficient. It's a lot of money.
For 2,000 more.
It's
in
pennies
scope
on the
of-
dollar in comparison to.
Yeah.
To what we're doing. We're talking $2,000 to put a new door, old transom, or another $2,000 to do no door, new transom. So
So
you live in the town. What's your?
If I'm reading this right, she's saying
Like, the way to go to me.
she's saying 3 will keep this essentially will keep
historical-
historic preservation
yeah.
happy, so.
I just, I know, I hate to say yes, we spend the money. It's, okay, it's free money, but it's
It's
grant
front
money, it's
good,
not
good.
free money,
Right.
it's grant money, so that's what I'd rather say, it's not coming out of my taxes from my house or anyone else's, it's taxes we're paying somewhere else, but
I'm thinking based on what I see here, it should be 3.
I just, you're not gonna madden anyone then.
Right.
I don't think anyone's gonna scream over
Right,
$5,000.
issue, and if you try to save $1,000 and they throw a fit over it, you doesn't take long to chew that up. So
I think I really got a feeling in my gut, if historical hasn't been talked about this, it's gonna be, it's the front door of this building.
Yep.
I think you've got to, all that money's been spent all these years keeping it as is. For $5,000.
I'm going to make a motion that we accept
Bid 3
bid number 3
for a complete
for a
door,
complete-
complete transom
Yep.
replacement. Okay,
Exactly.
I'll second that.
It doesn't have to be subject to approval. Right.
It looks to me like it does meet their approval because this is saying to keep with historic.
A door as is, right?
Yeah.
As is door, as is transom to match.
Yeah.
I do think it's important.
I didn't know they had.
I share. I do think it's important that we take a picture of that door.
Yeah.
And we make sure
But yeah.
that that door is the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty
All right.
sturdy.
Let's call it done.
How much was it again?
24.9, right?
$25,000 for the door.
Yeah. Okay. Fred's energy contract.
Please accept and sign.
Just say for the company,
You see the date. Signature. What's that?
who's the
It's
company?
Marvin.
No, who's the company doing that job?
Oh,
What's that?
Diamond Hill. St. J. Joshua Rice. All right. All right, next up, we have a proposal from Fred's. Understanding that they give a little bit for fuel for propane, right? 5.
That's
Pretty good price,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say.
gone up since last year,
Okay.
so.
So this is based on 3,510 gallons.
Is that for all the buildings?
Between, I believe so, used between September 1st and May 31st. So it's basically this coming heating season.
Is the library oil or propane?
The new is propane, isn't it?
I can't believe that's enough gallons. For 3 buildings. I burned 2,900 just at my house today.
Yeah, but like the town hall, nobody's in there most of the time. So yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know, I think I would just ask because generally it's a half gallon per square foot is a pretty good average to
Yeah.
know. So what's this office, 900 square feet?
But I wonder what does it say?
Oh, and that's more than that total.
If they go over.
So this is what I'm willing to do tonight. I would sign it at that price.
Mhm.
But on the sticky note, we should write a note to Danielle, please check with Fred's. And reaffirm that that's close to the gallons we need. I don't,
It looks like it's for a fixed contract. The minimum is 500. I don't know that it doesn't really.
if they've got it
Let's
listed,
really say if it goes over, like, so what happens if it's a cold winter and even you use
So you-
4,000 gallons?
so you're spending the going rate.
But is it, as long as it's at that rate,
No, it's not. That is locked in for that many gallons at that.
ju- just that number of gallons?
Yes. The town hall,
Termination contract, your price will return to the normal rate.
town hall's gonna be no, I bet it's at least 7,000 square feet, town hall.
What they would have probably based it on their delivery for the prior season, I would guess. If they
But Fred's wasn't our provider up there.
wasn't it?
Fred's wasn't our provider the whole year.
I thought it was.
I thought we changed the heating system and changed things around and then changed providers when we did the work here. When we did the work here,
Mhm.
we put up from an oil to a propane
Right.
furnace here.
Yeah,
And that was not that one up there got changed after this one. I think we should just
I
question
mean,
gallons enough. I don't think it is. Or even tell her to call Patrick. I don't care.
all right, do you want to hold off on this?
No, I
It
think we
doesn't-
should sign it for the amount. But before it gets handed in, we need to check the gallons because they can revamp those gallons. Propane generally doesn't go down in a cold heating season.
Okay. All right, for the record, I'm gonna move that we accept Fred's bid, based on 3,510 gallons of propane at a fixed cost of $2.05 a gallon to be used this coming heating season. We are gonna have Danielle check to see if that's an adequate amount of fuel for the season. Hopefully they can adjust accordingly.
True.
Second.
Next up, we have the structures grant agreement. This is that Free Road culvert, I believe. There's a $200,000 award. I believe this is the one at, yeah, at the intersection, right?
Right on Route 58.
Right on 58.
It's in the 58. I forgot to put additions, deletion to the agenda.
And it looks like Jason said he's been, so. Good. It's a structures grant. Basement size is 13'1" by 8'4".
It don't seem they're measuring the road either. 15 feet, road wire.
Is that the? Wondering if that's, is it a box and that's the height and width? Something, here it goes, replace existing 72-inch CMPs, so it's a 6-foot culvert now with a 3'1" by 8'4" aluminum plate pipe arch.
That's kind of Greek to me, Dave.
Where's Mike when we need him? Oh, is that on the record?
His birthday.
Still, too. This is where it's going.
Right at the end.
Right?
Yeah, it's not, yeah, it's
Yeah.
close enough to the end.
Where the road is. That's the length, that's the diameter.
Original size is 72 inch and the replacement size is 13.1.
By
8.4.
right?
So that's, I'm saying, I gotta put my finger on this, culvert number 149. It's gonna be just over 13 foot in length. By 8'4" high instead of 72 inches high.
That's what I'm thinking. Cause 8 feet doesn't seem long enough for anything.
Well, it's not, it's less than the driveway. Yeah, it's less than the driveway.
Yeah.
I mean, some, but it's not. Placing 72 inch with a 13 aluminum plate pipe arch, so they're putting in an aluminum culvert.
Right,
It's not a box culvert.
right. I get that part, but.
At the end of the day, it's a state job,
Yeah,
you know.
doesn't seem like either one of those dimensions is long enough to me, you know what I mean?
Well, if you look at the map,
13
though,
foot.
but if you look at the map, so look at the map.
Is that like a single width? House going, was it? No, it's wider than that.
So look at the map, though, it kind of looks like the road kicks in at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's wider entrance and it's narrower there. That
48 cross.
does not surprise me.
Hmm.
I think 13 feet's enough. My driveway's 14. You can put 2 pickups down the side. Pretty easy.
Well, better trust. Know it. Maybe we can ask Mike. We can like just take a picture of that. Should we know?
We don't have a meeting next week, do we?
He's home next week, sorry. Well, we have to vote next week, though, don't we?
What?
Next week, right? There's something, there's always something. Here it is right here. So it's got aluminum, oh, maybe the head walls bring it out further. It's got 2 aluminum head walls
There you go. And there's guardrails there.
and they're $40,000. So I wonder if it like tapers in with the head walls on each side.
To receive the brook.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right. So I guess I'm gonna move that we accept. What's it called again? The highway structures program grant agreement
Second,
in the amount of $200,000.
so how do I do additions, deletions? Am I too late to do something?
As long as we're not
We're
deciding anything or
not.
committing money,
No, we
I
gotta
think we could
talk
go
about this.
back and add it, like if it's something we need to add to a future agenda, we can do
We do need to, I think.
it. Okay.
So can we go ahead now? Go ahead.
Let's
Second that, yeah. Did you
I
say?
did second.
let's make sure we're done with this, because I think we got to sign here sometimes. Stitch it.
Now you want me to sign it, taking the whole thing?
I know. Yeah, so let's keep going through our agenda, Pat, and then we'll come back up and if you get something.
Yeah.
Request to use town common for lawn sale. Didn't recognize the names. I don't know if, I just was curious if, I mean, I think in general, we support the common.
I don't
and the
really care
facilities
these
we
things,
use.
honestly. You
Well,
know,
no, I just was wondering if it was local folks.
but what do you do in that situation? I mean, it's a town common, it's open to the public.
Mhm.
Is there any, do we have restrictions? You open it to Irasburg Church Fair, you open it to these running events.
Well, so like some events, like the running event might be a good example. I think there's some events where we require them to bring in additional portlets. And in some cases, they have to provide proof of insurance if it's something where,
It's an event for the public. So how's that? I don't know. How's that work with a lawn sale?
I don't think it would require anything that says.
So my only concern is, and it's gonna sound
Hold on a
stupid,
sec. I just want to see what they're asking first. We hope this, writing respectfully to ask, so a lawn sale on the town common. The weekend of August 14th or the weekend of the 29th, whichever works out best for you, so that. Time 11 to 4:30, we'll make sure to keep the area completely clean. We also take all unsold items with us at the end of the sale. Please let us know if there's any forms to fill out or specific rules we need to follow. Thanks for your time and help. It's Bennett Powers and Kit Farron.
no.
It doesn't say where it's
I
from, but
guess I don't know what to tell you here.
Did the River Lake use it for a yard sale not too long ago?
I don't know, maybe. They do.
I just remember that getting to it and looking at it. It seemed like it was so
I
there.
think it's probably right now. You say that. I think.
I mean, I think we.
If
want
they're
our
gonna take
laws
all
to
their stuff and you want
use of
people to do it,
and-
I think my only concern, I guess I don't even wanna say it's a concern. People, if someone wants to sue, they're gonna sue. For something, if someone was to fall, or what do you do? I mean,
Right.
No, it just might be a comment.
yeah, what do you do? They can do that anyway, so. I think what got me, as I was gonna say, my only concern about a yard sale is usually there's crap left over after.
Yeah.
I think I would
Maybe we
just,
just.
well,
clear
they
with-
stated it here.
Clear with them.
I would just specify, listen, our expectation will be that it was left at the way it was. when you got there.
Exactly. Okay.
I don't think you should stop people from using that comment. It's there to use.
You want to tell the date? 14th to the 20th?
I don't know that it is unless there's a conflict of something
No one else has
Alright.
asked us.
that I know of. When is that? Hold on a sec, I printed it. When's that? Thank you. September 26th. All celebration thing. I don't know of anything else. I think Danielle would have said if she had something, so should we just pick one, August 14th?
Sure.
And we'll let the minutes reflect that we approve the use, there's no commitment of funds or resources to do anything, just to make sure that they're clear, we expect it to be picked up and left in the condition they found it.
Daniel will let them know.
Take that information on there. All right, next up, meeting minute.
A second, one second.
July 22nd. This one. You know the tax rate of
I know, right?
the tax rate.
No.
You got it. Just wondered if you have- Sounds right, but. Sorry. Start looking at bills. You okay with that?
Yeah. Dave,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yes.
What was the second one, do you remember?
It's the town rate. Hold on a second. I got it right here. Just pull it up. So I'm sure. Here. The town rate is the same.
Okay, I just. Yeah, okay, town rate's the same, education rate is what you
So
just
this is the
on,
one that we're setting. That's the one we approved, which ties to our budget and our grant list.
There you go, Robbie.
There you go. I mean, Assuming that's the grade right there. That's what we agreed to, right?
Yeah. Yes. So is there a bill of sale in there?
Should be, yeah.
So why are we still paying this?
This is.
Oh,
we're
amended,
just
geez,
amending.
okay, yeah,
The only
okay.
thing that we're changing is what. they
Yeah,
added
all
on
right.
that one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sure that's all done. Should be right.
Yeah, paper in your hand, that's not like doing deed. In fact,
Yeah, but this one is just. Is, This is Delage, however you say that. Delage Landon Financial. And then there's Diamond, which is the one we just looked at. Should be right after this one.
nothing. Well, I think. They do there, we need to make our notes, we need to get a bill of sale from them. We'll just get a sticky note and put it on there. So. Yeah, sticky note here. You want to.
We approved it, it was available. But we just need something, just.
Right,
State
state
record
record
on
on
it,
it,
right? Yeah. I think I'm almost. See. Okay. That first one, the one for the special meeting, 1 page minutes. One of the key. Just rounded, okay. It just caught my eye that it was different, but it just says here, it said the town received a supplemental payment from V-Trans of $24,500. And at the special meeting, we reviewed the supplemental highway aid received by the town, the amount 24,538.71. Okay. Getting quite a stack there. My stack's going down, yours is going up.
It's nothing said on this, I've seen it's under correspondence.
I think it's correspondence. All right, so let's make sure we got that. We got that. We got payroll and bills. Did I sign the payroll? I didn't. You did. All right, correspondence. So we had a couple things. We had this, which is coming in September.
This is where you would take off the.
Yes.
revisions.
Yep. And I
You wanna
got
track one
that.
off, Mike's?
Hmm.
Do you wanna track one off for me?
I can, or you want to, or are you asking me you're going to, or are you asking me what I?
If you would.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
There's
I think
something
she's
new.
done it electronically.
Is that the celebration of the
Yes, that's
library?
Yeah.
no.
No.
Celebration of Community, Margie Morley.
Yeah.
And this, is she heading it up, must be?
Speed.
Yeah.
I think we've done one in the past, so.
Hmm.
Done a couple over the years. It's in the fall.
Well, we I think that this will, in London,
What's this now?
Sylvan's the next chapter of the Lake Library. That's what I was thinking, it was in library. And then library open house, your community room, dedication, readings and.
Yeah, I thought it was sponsored by the library. Looks like.
Did they, when they get grant money to do that?
Well, that's the
Oh,
library.
this is for the paint along thing.
That's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, gotcha. It might be just the contact.
Paint.
I may be wrong.
No.
If you want.
No, I think you're right. It says library open house, community room, dedication with reading.
So that's the library thing they were talking
Yep.
about. then.
Food
Okay.
trucks.
When is that?
9/26.
They've done a good job with the truck for the kids. Yeah. Neat. Right, you got a copy of that?
I do.
There was something else to see. Let me just get my notes. Oh. Oh, just for the record, tax bills went out yesterday. And we have renewed the postings for the road crew positions so that those would continue to run. And we have an election on the 11th. This correspondence. These items.
Still turning to be a part-time job.
All right, I think we got through our agenda. You said you had something else.
So-
you think we ought to have John?
Yeah, I think we should, I don't know how we'll go about talking about it. I don't know the right way, whatever. it's not a big deal. Like Gary and Clayton have kind of picked up, not kind of, they for sure picked up slack.
Yep.
There was some communication today, yesterday, whatever it was. I don't remember. Danielle called me one of those 2 days about, kind of some direction, what to do, what to send them in, and no harm, no foul. But there's like some grant stuff to deal with, and
Yeah.
Danielle was struggling with that. So I told Danielle, I said, I can't make the decision. It's got to be the board. But if it was me, I said I would write down a list of what you need for all the grant stuff
Mhm.
that Kevin has. The reality is, I talked to Kevin today. I said, listen, good intent or not, this is life, right? You're working somewhere, you're not in cell service.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Right.
It just doesn't work. It doesn't work,
But right now, Mike is,
but he's not. Because
No.
Gary, there's a little confusion with Gary and Clayton right now.
um,
It's not, we're not mutiny, but so we really need to sit down, I think, and decide how are we going to go about this right now.
Okay.
I know, and I know Mike's like over the top swamped right now with what he's got going on. He's got way more on his plate than he
okay.
can handle. So I don't want any confusion. This is a reality. If Kevin wants to be a fill-in, that's fine, and I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
But I think moving forward, someone needs to call all the shots, every shot. One guy needs to,
Okay.
and you can't have the select board
thought-
doing it.
I
Well,
thought
we
we had
talked-
decided to have Mike
We had,
basically be the point of contact for them until,
but we need to make sure right now where Mike's at with what he's got on his plate. Can he handle
gotcha.
it? But as far as the grant stuff, again, this is my opinion. I know Kevin started it. And yes, it's ideal to finish it out, but if you got a day here and there, that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Yep.
And I told Danielle Day, sometimes you can spend more time running after the information to get it than it actually takes to do it.
Mhm.
And I think that's where, I don't know if we're getting there, but that's the impression. I
Well, I wonder if Tricia could help with some.
Well, maybe she
that's right up
Or
her alley.
get. We talked about hiring Brian Goodrich. He's
Exactly.
pretty nominal money wise,
Yes.
but someone has to be committed
Yeah.
to doing it, and this is the reality. Here we are. Kevin's got a full-time job. He ain't committed to it. He's committed to the full-time job.
Right.
I expect that. So good intentions or not, you can't go with it, right?
Okay.
So
Why don't we get something on our next agenda to talk about it more thoroughly? Hopefully, in the meantime,
so how's this work?
I mean, it's gonna be a short term.
Can Danielle email everyone and say, hey, listen, this is what I propose I'm going to do. How's this going to work?
Danielle can communicate with us.
We can't communicate back.
I don't want to I don't have any correspondence with you
Right.
or with Mike.
So how does it go? Am I wrong?
If we need something comes up that's major,
We
the
can
roads
do a
are
special
washing
meeting,
out.
right?
We call a special meeting, we come in, we discuss it.
So am I out of line?
But I think if there's something that Danielle has an immediate need for, you can answer the question.
I can. I mean,
You can give her direction.
Right.
And maybe she's got to then come to Mike and then come to me.
right.
But
I've got a business.
if it's committing dollars, we're going to do it in a warrant meeting.
Right, I get
if
that.
it's right. If it's day to day,
If it's given some direction, right?
given some direction, I don't have a problem with it coming from you or from Mike. I had thought Mike was gonna be putting a list down there based on the things throughout the week that I heard, but I don't know.
That's not as big an issue, right? As
the grant.
the grant stuff. It's got to happen.
All right.
And here's the reality. I mean, we can say good intentions aside. If you don't have the communication or the time to communicate, it's only as good as what you can
Why
get.
don't we check with Danielle to see what would help her most? Could getting a few extra hours from Tricia, if she was willing, do it, or would hiring?
The impression I got today, if she just had the information she needed, she'll deal with it.
And who does she need for that, Kevin?
Yes. So
can we get Kevin to come up an evening, or
what I told Danielle if I'm clear to do it, is you get a list together
Okay, and you'll
of
go to,
what you
you'll
need.
go to,
I'll deal with it.
okay,
I'm down in
Okay.
Stowe.
okay,
I'll drive into Johnson one evening and drop it off, say, we need this by this date. And
okay,
just provide it to me, you know?
Yep.
And again, I said something to him today, it's no, I get it, you're working in a swamp hole and there's no cell service, and who do you talk to at 6:30 at night? You can't,
right,
you know?
right.
So it's just the way it is. So
Yeah.
I'll talk to her tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I won't tell her what to do, but I'll give her what I feel, you know, the procedure to deal with this is, I think, you know,
I
she
mean, I
did
think
call
you
the
know,
state today.
You know, for the record, I think you know, I trust your judgment on this stuff and Mike's as well. You both have more experience on, you know, the day-to-day,
Yeah.
you know, aspects of
Right. So
what's needed. So
I think the best thing to do is, and I'm gonna tell her to just get a list together.
Yeah.
But she did reach out to the state, was not the end of the world, but it's just
And
another step in the process.
And when we met with Kevin last, he's expressed a willingness to do this. So it's just a matter of
Lots of
getting
communication.
a time. when
Someone
you can
needs to be that middle
communicate.
too,
Okay,
you know.
all right.
The name Brian Goodrich was thrown out too.
Brian he works for,
Himself.
well, he works for himself, but he does work for Albany and I think some other towns now, maybe.
Yeah, he's doing grant stuff
He's doing,
and a pretty nominal fee, hourly fee.
Yep.
You know,
Would you?
you know,
Might be a
honestly,
consultant that we.
it's
could
something we should
hire
potentially
to-
talk about, because at the end of the day, you don't hire a excavating contractor to roof your house, or
Right.
vice versa. Someone that's versed in the area generally gets better results, and even in less time, you know.
I'll actually ask her to add to next agenda to discuss further.
Yeah. Yeah, if we kind of hire someone, we want to warn it and talk about it at the meeting, but yeah, that might be a good option. Okay, anything else? Robin, anything we missed from your perspective? All right, I'm gonna move that we adjourn, and for the record, I have that.
The second and Robin.
Thank you.
Hey,
Got this thing off.
we're all set.
I have a non-town question.
Oh, no. And you got a grin. What?
Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night, yes.
Oh, your water bottle's there.
And my water.
Yes.
There we go.
I hate mine, so mine.
I know.
I'm not looking to build a house.
Good.
Okay. There's a piece of property in my son, like, guess me, but I looked too much